So now we are going to do what I talked about in the beginning, the card, or I'm going to try to make 4 cards quickly. So we're going to see how long it takes me. I'll tell you what I'm going to use first. I'm going to use the Art Gallery stamp set. So I'm going to use this stem and leaves here, along with these 2 flowers. We're going to use different sentiments. I'm not sure exactly which ones yet. We'll use a multiple sentiments from the set. We are going to use the Stripes and Splatters 3D folders, and I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm going to use the splatters. And so this is what they look like. This is the splatter, and then this is the stripes here, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to use the splatter, and they have, like I said, the Baby Boss. So I'm going to bring that in with its plates. So when you get your Baby Boss, it comes with all the plates you need, and the plates tell you what to do with them. So like number 4 plate says to use with 3D embossing folders. This is a 3D embossing folder, and it tells you that you need to put plate number 1 down, then your folder with your paper in it, cover it with plate number 4, and it does say to insert your folders hinge first. Okay, so that's very important. What that does is when you run it through hinge first, it's so tight in the machine that air can build up, and as you're running it through, the air can escape out the open end. If you run it through open end first and it's running through and the air is piling up, it can actually blow out the back of your folder. I've actually had that happen before, and it will break it. Okay, so hinge first. That's a good rule of thumb. All right, so here are my stamps. Here are my ink pads. I'm going to be using some Garden Green. Good grief, I've just got ink all over everything here. Some cinnamon cider and some pale papaya. You guys are so awesome for liking and sharing. Thank you so much. I have all my pieces already cut out. So, I mean, that would make sense because, I mean, we're not counting that. So I'm going to be using one of our acetate card boxes. These are clear acetate. They're perfect size. I think we can get 4 in here. That's what I'm going to make, is 4 cards. So, and yes, cinnamon cider is leaving along with Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, and Magenta Madness. Okay, so all 5 of these are leaving. Their lifespan is just about over. They will be available. They should be available through May 2nd, I believe. But of course, typically when Stampin' Up! Actually announces the retirement list, things start to sell out. Sometimes you get re-inkers that are gone, cardstock that can be gone, that kind of stuff. So just be mindful of that, if you don't order it early, you might not get it. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm using the cinnamon cider. So I do have my 4 cinnamon cider card bases. Okay. I have 4 very vanilla envelopes. I have 4 very vanilla inside layers. These are 4 by 5 1/4. I have 2 by 5 1/2 pieces of mint macaron that I'm going to use my folder on. Okay. Then we're going to cut them. I have 1 scallop circle. That's going to be part of the decoration for the front, or for the front of the acetate box. And then I have 5 vanilla circles, and these measure, it's one of the dies in the circle set. So this is a 2 3/8 inch. Okay. Now, a lot of times, and I usually do this before I come on live or before I do a video, but a lot of times when you die cut something, you'll get some rough edges here. And so I just take one of these little sanding blocks. These are like for fingernail, nail techs use them, I think, when you go in to get your nails done. Obviously, I wouldn't know about that. But it's called a snow block. And I actually found it on Amazon, and I did link it below for you guys if you are interested. But I just kind of go around some of my die cuts if they end up having these little bits on the edges of them, because I'm a little bit anal and I like things to be smooth. So and I have all my little bits here, and I can get rid of those. So I would have already prepared all those, but I wanted to let you know about that in case you also struggle with that there is a solution. And then what else do I have? I have this strip, but now I don't know why I have it. Oh, this might be for the front of the card box too. We'll see. Okay, so, oh, and I also have this mint macaron velvet ribbon that we're going to use. So that's everything. So we are going to, I don't have a timer, but we can just sort of see. My clock says it's 5:42. So I'm going to start. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run both of these pieces of paper through the folder and my baby boss. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to stagger my plates. So I'm going to have my one plate, then I have my folder not quite to the end, and then I have my number 4 plate to the end, so that when I shove this in, the machine has something to grab onto. It can like squeeze those 2 first plates together and go. Okay, so then I'm going to do the same thing with this other piece. And I'm going to just run it back through the other direction. Have the plates staggered once again. Whoops. And now if you guys have an issue with your machines not staying put, like sometimes as I'm using my big Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, it will move around on my table, and that really drives me nuts. So I have this fun little silicone baking mat that somebody gave me that I actually put my machine in, and that prevents it from sliding around. Okay, so and I did actually link this below too for you if you find it. It's kind of obnoxious looking, but it's kind of cool. All right, so now we're going to cut these in half. So I said they were 2 inches by 5.5, so now I'm going to cut them so that they are 1 by 5.5. Get out of the way, scoring blade. All right, 1 inch. There we go. So now we have 4 1-inch strips. I need to, of course, fold all my card bases. Well, you guys are so sweet, telling everyone to give me thumbs ups. That's awesome. Got my bone folder here. And we'll just keep doing this. Work it, Tony. Tony is working it for me. There we go. Okay. Yes, actually, Cheryl, that's really funny because when Kelly and Dina were here visiting me a couple times ago, they saw my silicone mat and we went to Walmart and they got some. So yeah, silicone mats under your Stamp Kind of Boss machine is a fantastic idea. Okay, so now let's do some stamping. We've got our card bases done. Now we're going to bring in our circles. Okay, and I don't know if I can do, I think I can do all of them. We'll see. So I'm going to use some garden green ink. And I've got my little stem and leaf image here. And I am just going to, or wait, I don't want to do that first. I want to do my flower first, I think. Changed my mind. All right, so here's my flower. I'm going to stamp that up near the top of the circle. This is pale papaya ink. It's very light, but that's fine. I'm not trying to have it be obnoxious or anything. Not that it would be obnoxious anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so then I've got this other little small piece, and I'm going to ink it up on the corners. Now, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. We always use the middles of our pads when we're inking things up. So the edges of the pads tend to have a lot more ink on them than the middles. And so I stamped my small image on the outside, and so it looks, I think it looks pretty cool. All right, so now we will stamp our leaf image on all of these. They're going to be basically all the same. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing on the inside layers of the card. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my leaf image in the bottom corner. And we'll do that. I think my sister-in-law gave me that silicone mat. I wouldn't be surprised. She's always finding cute little things that she gives me. All right, I'm also going to do my envelopes. So while we have all the ink out here, we're just going to do envelopes as well. Whoops, I have 2 envelopes there. Try not to get ink all over everything since I'm having a problem with that today. Okay, so I think we're done with the garden green now. So now I'm going to bring the pale papaya back. And we are going to do that same flower. stamping it in the center of the pad so it's kind of light. Oops, I just got it on that envelope. Well, that's a bummer. And we'll get the inside layers. And then after we're done with the inside layers, then we're going to bring in that little one, that little stamp again, and we'll ink it up on the sides where it's a little darker. So while a person should re-ink their pads, and I should probably ink my pads, it's working out pretty well for me that I haven't re-inked my pad right now. And I think I see somebody's having some problem seeing something. Deb says she's not seeing comments, and I don't know why that is, Deb, because there's a whole bunch and I can see them all. So I don't know, is anybody else having a problem seeing the comments? Hopefully not. Okay, so we have our insides, our sentiment piece, or not our sentiment piece, our little main piece. So I am going to put this on here. This could be like swap card production, yes. And I'm going to add some glue to 4 of these. A little bit of liquid glue to all of them. And then we will add them to the front of the card. Okay, Joanne says she can see. So I'm not sure, Deb. It sounds like it might be an issue on your end, and I always hate telling people that because I know that doesn't help. That's not helpful. But honestly, I'm glad it's not me. So I'm going to use these grid lines. Actually, I'm going to flip it over because I want like US measurements here. To line this up, and I'm going to put it about right here, I think is where I want it to be. So I'm using like the 3rd 1/4 inch line up from the bottom. Okay, and since we already have glue on all of these, we don't have to add the glue now. Oh my gosh, hold on. This is like the literally worst folded card I've ever done in my life. We're going to try that again. There, that's better. It keeps coming and going for me. So I don't know if that might be my problem. That might be on my end, the video coming and going. I haven't seen it like cycle like it did when I first started the live. It like started doing that reconnecting thing for me. I haven't noticed that since I started, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening. Oh, good idea. Debbie says if you're on full screen, the comments disappear. So check that. That is a great tip. Thank you. I could see the comments, but I noticed the likes when I showed all straightened out. So Sherry just offered a little bit of insight also. If you're having some trouble, check out her comment. Okay. So now we're done with this ink. And so now I'm going to add glue to these inside layers. Oh, I hear my husband's home. If he could have only come home a half an hour, 40 minutes ago, he could have gotten my phone, right? Oh, well. Okay. So I have glue on the backs of all of my inside layers. So I'm going to try to do this so that I'm in the frame and I'm making a mess. Okay, so let's add this to the inside there. There's one. Oh, I did it again. And number 2. Okay, here's number 3. And get number 4 here. The stamp set is called Fine Art Floral, Audrey. It's actually part of our sale that we're having in the month of March, where there's a lot of bundles that are discounted 20%, and the Fine Art Floral is one of them. Okay, so now, I don't even think, well, we could. We don't have to. I'm just going to use regular glue. We're on a time crunch here. We don't have time to be dinking around with, what do you call those? Dimensionals. We just don't have time for that. Okay, so we're gonna stick this on here like that. And another one. And another one. This actually is going pretty quickly. Okay, then we need to add our sentiments. I do have one mounted already. This one says, "I'm thinking of you." Going and getting my phone. Oh, that was in the very, very beginning, Deb. So I don't know if, yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't show up. Okay, so let's try to make this straight. Yay, that is straight. And then I'm going to pull the stamp set out. I'm going to clean this off. Hopefully better than I cleaned off that other stamp, right? And I'm going to pull the stamp set out, and we're going to get another sentiment here. So we're going to get one that says happy birthday. I'm going to get one that says I miss you. And we're going to go congratulations also. Okay. So we can put that one back, and then we'll pick up the birthday. Bring another card in, and we'll do the happy birthday here. That worked out pretty good. Got my chamois right here open, ready to go. Put the birthday back. We'll pick up the congratulations. And I just stuck my finger in the ink. Surprise, I stuck my finger in the ink. Get the congratulations on there. I noticed a lot of cards coming out these days on Pinterest without greeting of any kind on the front. Is this new trend? You know, Cynthia, I don't know. I guess it's possible that, you know, maybe there's not room on the front, or the creator just decided that they didn't want to, you know, they want to just do their stuff on the inside. I don't know. I just dropped something. I haven't really noticed it as a trend, but that doesn't mean anything because I'm not always on Pinterest, but yeah. Okay, so we have 4 cards done. We have 4 envelopes ready to go inside our case. And we have our little box here, so we can go ahead and kind of assemble this. So I like to, so it comes flat, so I like to fold it the other direction and get it nice and tight. I like to throw my little tabs to the inside on both ends so that they'll go in nicely. Then I like to push that to the inside and then bring it out and get the tab. Same thing with this. We're going to shove it to the inside and then bring it out and fold over the tab. So now we can go ahead and complete the construction of the box. Get in there. I need to like push it against my belly and then it's not in the frame for you guys. There, okay. So now we will stick the rest of the cards in, not the rest, all of the cards into the box. And then we will close this up. There we go. I'm going to add this. Actually, I am going to use dimensionals on this piece here. And I still have some of these little bits off this little sheet that came out of a paper pumpkin kit. Okay. And there we go. And we can, if we want, oh, there's that strip I had. Where's my chamois? Is this it? Yes. We could actually put another sentiment here that says you are lovely. So if you were giving this as a gift, it could say you are lovely. So I do need my ink back. And we'll stamp that on our little 1/2-inch strip of vanilla. Actually, I'm going to try to make that a little straighter on the other end. Since this is a long piece, it's fine. Oh, that was worse. All right, well, this is the better one, so we're keeping that. All right, so then I thought that we could wrap some of this ribbon around. So I'm cut that off. And how am I going to glue these ends together? You know, I am a big fan of tape. You guys probably know this. I love Scotch tape. I use it a lot. So I'm going to pull these ends together, and I'm just going to put Scotch tape on it. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals to the ribbon. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm kind of covering up the label that's on the inside of the box. Oops, I need to get this. Ugh, come on. Get off there. There we go. All right, so we'll peel off the paper backings. And then look at that. It's not going to be perfect. Oh, I guess I can make it straight, can't I? I can like move the ribbon over since I didn't like attach the ribbon to the box. I can do that. And then I can snip the ends of this. And then we can glue it to our front piece. And then it's done. How long did that take me, you guys? Somebody tell me. It was 5:42 when I started. So what time is it now? It says 5:59. So that's like 20 minutes that it took me. Of course, I mean, I had the design made and I had all the pieces cut, but you know, 20 minutes to make a gift. I don't think that's bad. There we have that. You know, we could add some kind of bling to this. What do we have here? I have a lot of bling. Let's use some of these gilded gems. Since we still have like a minute or two before our 20 minutes is up. Maybe we could add a few little blings here. No, that's not working for me. Stop. I think if I brought them down here, it would be better. Come on, get off. There we go. There, I think that's better. Okay. I'm actually really excited about that. How cute is that? 4 cards, 4 envelopes. They have stamped insides and everything. So there you go, guys. I